Oh shit! It's your boy Reptile Guru here, coming at you with another YouTube video. In this video, although I may not have one, I will explain what to do when you get, or if you have any questions, if you already have one, of a Tegu. There are different kinds of Tegu, such as Chicoan, Colombian, Argentine, different color associations such as a blue, a golden, the new one which is known as the purple tiger. But anyways, when you first get a Tegu, when you first get a Tegu as a baby, you want to have it in a 40-gallon, as they do like to walk around. The most common one that you might see that is easiest to get, because their temperament is the most easiest to maintain, is the Argentine, and the most common of that is the black and white. But as I said, as a baby you want to have them in a 40-gallon, and then as they progress in age and size, you want to keep increasing the size of their enclosure, and eventually you will have to make a custom one. And when they hit adulthood, you should have a 8x3x3, which is 8 feet long, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. Things you want to have in their enclosure are cypress mulch and a mix of eco earth, because this reptile does like to burrow, so you want to make sure they have a substrate that holds their burrow. Some people do use the bioactive substrate, which is basically, you have your substrate, and then there's these little bugs that eat the poop of your reptile, so you won't have to clean that up. But you do have to kind of feed the bugs. So in addition to that, you get something to feed the bugs. They shouldn't eat it. But anyways, you want to have either the mix or the bioactive. And then you want to have a hide on both sides. And then a water or food bowl. You may put plants in it, but most of the time they just knock them down anyways. So most people don't do that. You're gonna need a lot of heat for this animal, as their basking spot, they prefer about 110 to 120 degrees basking spot, so you will need a lot of heat. On the cool side, it should be about 80, and as I said, basking spot should be about 110, 120, so that just kind of varies. As a baby, when you get it, they will be kind of flighty, as they don't know you, because they are a new animal to your household. So you want to make sure you have time every day to handle them, so they get to know you. And one thing about these is, I suggest that you do not put them back until they do something that you want. So when you get it out, and it comes to you, you hold it for a minute, and then, if it crawls on you or whatever, just let it do it. But if it, doesn't do anything that you don't want it to do, such as, try to bite you, you just have to keep going with it. Because if you don't do this, they will think that they're dominant over you, and you do not want that to happen, because over time, they will become more aggressive. Let me see here. Also, as a baby, if you do get these out, and this is with adults too, but you want to make sure that you block off any areas you do not want it to go to, because you don't want to lose your animal. Let's say, your Tegu hits the adult stage about which they should be about 5 to 6 feet long at that time, depending on if you get an Argentine or whatever kind of tegu you might get. Golden tegus, they are relatively the smaller version, but they are also the more aggressive. They get about 4 to 5 feet long, but as I said, they are more aggressive. So, like I said before, the Argentine is the way to go, in my opinion. But as they get to adulthood, you know, they'll want to come out more and be handled more. This reptile is one of the only reptiles that can actually sense affection, believe it or not. They do have a snake tongue. As you may know, their diet kind of varies. Protein-wise, they can eat anything from ground turkey to salmon, any type of fish, maybe some eggs. Believe it or not, this reptile does actually really like fruits, so you can give them things such as strawberries, blueberries, bananas, grapes. Don't be shy on that. I'm not saying like go crazy with it, but make sure they get those. Also, another thing is they can have greens such as dandelion greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, things of that nature. One thing I forgot to mention until now is as babies, you want to make sure that they have lots of crickets because they are high in phosphorus. And as they get older, they will get less interested in them. But as a baby, they do need them because if they do not get them, when they get older, they will kind of develop a wobbly walk. And you'll be like, why does my tegu have this wobbly walk? And that is because your tegu didn't get enough phosphorus at a certain time. They can eat pinky mice. Like I said, for all reptiles, it is like ice cream to them, so you don't want to feed it as often. You can feed that about, I'd say, once a month. Give them about 2. The one difference I know between males and females is males, when they hit adulthood, they have these big, huge jaws. And then females, they don't have that. And then also the males do get a relatively bigger over the females. Another reason why you want to make sure you have a tame tegu is they do have a long tail, so they will try to whip you occasionally. But as I said before, if you do tame these will be a great animal for you to have. You want to make sure you have the time so your tegu can be how you want it to be, because no animal will ever be how you want it to be if you don't spend time with it. And that is about it. It's been your boy Reptile Guru here. Like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.